this video, we're going to look at the binomial theorem using the idea that I can find the coefficient using a combination, factorials, but I'm going to just focus on a specific term and not do the whole expansion. Now, if you remember the whole idea here of n and r, n is always going to represent the total and r is always the last, and sometimes that's very helpful in organizing it. So the first question asks, find the coefficient of x cubed y to the ninth. So my total of those two is going to be 12, and my last number is 9. Straightforward. Then I'm going to go ahead and put it into this formula here by saying 12 factorial, 9, and 3, and those two are always going to add up. When I expand that, remember that if I kept going, I would have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, but that's the same thing as this 9 here. So instead of doing that, I'll stop when I've matched the highest one below, cross them off, and then expand the other factorial. If I simplify this, 3 goes into 12 4 times, 2 goes into 10 5, and 4 times 11 times 5 is 220. So my coefficient for x cubed y to the ninth is such, as long as my expansion is only x plus y to the 12th. So we're going to see one where it's not that case. You see here we have 2x plus 3y. So we're going to have to do a little bit more when we're finding this term. Now this one also says find the term containing x cubed. So it doesn't give me the whole amount like I had before. Because my grand total is 12, I'm looking at the term x cubed y 12. Sorry, that's 15, because 3 plus 12 is 15. So based on that, I can then go ahead and work with my coefficient by saying 15, and then again, taking that n number, 12, which is going to be 15 factorial over 12 and 3. It takes those same two numbers on top, kind of cool. So if I expand that, I'm going to have 15, 14, 13, 12. Oh, I can stop, right? I was going way too far there. I can stop at 13 because my 12 is a duplicate. And then do 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to simplify it, just make it easier for myself. So 5 will go into 15, or 3 goes into 15 5 times. 2 goes into 14 7 times 13. And I don't know it offhand, so I'll pull my calculator up. And 5 times 7 times 13 is 455. Okay, now just note that that's just my coefficient. I still have to keep track of the fact that I'm going to have the first portion cubed and the second one raised to the 12th power. So I'm going to put these two guys in those two positions. So I'm going to have to say 2x, 3y. Now, variable-wise, I'm still going to end up with x cubed, y to the 12th, but I'm going to have to go ahead and times my numbers up to get those values. Okay, so I've got my 455. 2 to the third power is going to be 8, and I have no idea what 3 to the 12th is, so we're going to go ahead and do that on our calculator. So I have... And when I do it on the calculator, make sure you count from the very beginning. So 3 would be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's what 3 to the 12th is. Times that by 8, times that by 455, and that is 1, 9, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. A huge number. So trillion here, x cubed y to the 12th, and that is my term when x is to the third and I have the expansion of 2x plus 3y raised to the 15th. You can definitely see why Pascal's triangle is cool, but not for numbers like such.